What's going on? Shy here. You are watching Buzz Black, where we break the hottest entertainment stories. We have a special guest in the building sitting right here next to me, Mr. Flex Alexander. We are talking all things games, woman play, and it's about to get crazy. So how you doing?
I'm great. I can't complain, man. I'm just enjoying life. I'll be 55 this month, so
Oh,
I'm
happy. Wait,
excited.
you're an Aries?
Aries, yes,
Oh, explains a lot.
yes,
Shout out to the fire
yes.
signs. I ain't got no problems with the Aries.
Fire, fire. Yes, yes. April 15th. I'm a tax
Yes.
baby.
Okay. So how we
But
celebrating the birthday?
we'll literally be just getting off the road the day before I get home on the 14th. So I'm probably just gonna do
Oh,
something with the family
yeah.
and then chill, take a few days off because I have a bunch of other stuff going on. But I probably just chill. I don't know at this point. I'm not
You don't
seeking the
do all of that.
parties. Dinner is great for me.
The Flex doesn't
Yes.
do all of that.
Listen, I did it.
Cause you
When I did it,
what's the,
I did it.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I've been in this thing a long time.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
Like,
we're
wow.
going from 88 on. I've done it. So
Did you ever believe this version of you, the family man, just really settled, was ever going to come about?
I knew it
Like
would.
you was going to come inside the house.
I knew it would. I just didn't know when. but it hit me probably when I turned 30. So
Yeah.
I got married when I was 30.
Aw.
We just celebrated 25 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shout out to
Thank
Black
you.
Love.
Yes, Chinese. I knew that it would happen. I didn't know when, and
Yeah.
I never rushed it or pushed it. You go through your ups, your downs, and then you grow and you evolve and
Right.
you mature and all that stuff. So, and even within that, it's still not all perfect.
Right.
You just take every day one at a time and you work through it.
Wow.
That's it. That's
Wow.
it.
I love this. It's funny just growing up watching you on screen because I was one-on-one's big fan.
Ah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
Thank
just
you.
to see you now and just the evolve, like you just evolving, you've come so far.
Yes.
Can you just tell me something about old Hollywood that isn't a part of new Hollywood? Like,
Man.
what is it like being an actor now that it wasn't like back
It,
then?
it was such a togetherness back when I did my first first series in 1992.
Wow.
A show called Where I Live on ABC. My boy Dougie Doug, and at the same time I was shooting the Uptown Comedy Club, which came right out of Harlem on 25th Street.
Okay.
So I would literally work during the week doing the Disney show, get on a red eye Friday, get into New York Saturday, work all day Saturday, all day Sunday, get a red eye Sunday, back and go straight to set on Monday. But
Wow.
I was 20, 22, so.
Yeah.
It
So you was able to do all of
It was
that.
different, it was different.
Yeah.
But I just noticed the more togetherness, man. I noticed
Mm.
that people really rocked. I mean, Spike Lee had really created a movement, Public Enemy, Tribe Called Quest, De La
Wow.
Soul, Latifah, Native Tongue. It all worked together and created this movement of just, to me, that was really Black excellence
Right.
at that time, because the Black excellence now is more about opulence and what I'm doing. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
my opinion.
It's a lot of clout.
It's a lot of-
What's the
Yeah.
title behind your name?
Yeah. All
What
this-
circle are you sitting with?
all this other stuff. And then it was really about, hey man, I can't do this thing, blah, 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 but I think you perfect for it. Let me hook you up with this person. Or, you actually get a call back. People hit you back. Listen, from New York,
Yeah.
East Coast,
Yeah.
we straight up.
Yeah.
Listen, if you can't do something, just tell me.
Just say it.
Don't give me the, I'ma holla at you. And we wait.
Boy,
For what?
you preaching, you about to get me hyped.
I'm just saying, I'm like, we're grown out here.
Yeah.
No, just,
Yeah.
it's okay. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
And-
Just say it. Be
and
straight
that's-
up.
And that's the thing I felt in the 90s during that time. It was very upfront. Now, the flip side is crazy that, our folks get mad at us if we do business with the other side, but they're pretty much straight up. It's like, hey, Flex, you know what? It's not going to work out for this, but you know what? We got something else down the line.
I love
and
that.
they mean it. As many times I've auditioned for Black movies, Black shows, I've never been called in for The Best Man, for any of those iconic movies that can never. And I don't say it out of.
Does that hurt you?
You know what? it's not out of bitterness. I just wonder, like, no, where was I? I was here. You know what I mean? And I was here, but it's fine because I also believe that what's for you is for you.
Well, Flex, hold on though.
Yeah.
Like you have, although I get what you're saying, like dang, like those iconic black classic movies that we all love, and that we're probably gonna play forever.
Yeah.
You really did have a black iconic sitcom.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
101 is going down in history. First of all, the theme song is lit.
Yes.
Let's talk about that theme song.
Wifey and B Slave, formerly Tone. Yes.
And not only that, it has also been such an intricate part of your life.
The one-on-one, listen, the one-on-one came from this show. The idea came from, I actually was leaving. It was a time that was really slow. It was after Homeboys in Outer Space. And her and I were just friends. And I remember calling her and talking to her. I was frustrated. Nothing was happening. I was like, yo, I'm out. I'm going back to New York.
Dang.
She was like, you can't do that. She was like, you too talented. Like, you come up with something yourself. Like, you know, you don't have anything. I said, well, yeah, I got this idea. You know, a friend of mine from Harlem who's a single dad, you know, we used to always laugh and like, how you going to date with a kid? And but I said, I kind of had that idea. And then I saw, it was a Coca-Cola commercial with LL Cool J on the steps, on the stoop doing his daughter's hair, and they were crooked ponytails. It's like, that's a show. I see Kyla in a commercial, in a Nike commercial with the WNBA, where she was a sassy little girl. And I was like, yo, I want her to play my daughter. Wow. That's how it started.
Wow.
And then from there, got a script deal. I had to pick a writer, found this brother, wrote the first script. I was shooting a movie in Canada.
Right.
He didn't do what I said to do. He kind of threw his own flair to it. They passed on it. So I waited a little while, and I told my agent, I want to go back out with this. And I'm like, I want to do the version that I want to do, which was the original way I envisioned it. And it was like, well, let's do it. I went out, pitched it to Greenblatt John Lowry, who had a deal at Fox. So I pitched it on a Tuesday. Friday they called, they want to do the deal.
Right.
So show was there. I looked for writers. I went through about 6 writers. Got this sister, God rest her soul, Yanetta Boone, and go over her house. I'm telling her the story, boom, 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 telling her, hey, this is what it is, boom. And then we get to, shooting the show. I will say, I didn't get my name, my creative credit, which I should have. But that was my welcome to Hollywood. And I've been quiet about it for a long time, but I just like, it's no dirt on anybody's name, but I just have to let people know where the show came from. So so we do the show, we shoot the pilot doesn't get picked up. They pass on the pilot, and I'm devastated. I just got married. Me and wife, I remember my manager called, and we pulled over. And we put on Mary, Mary. I just can't give up now.
The fact that if you're putting on Mary, to cry, y'all were devastated.
Oh my God, we were crying.
Oh my gosh, my heart.
I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm like, I got a wife. What am I going to do?
Y'all went to the Lord.
So then it's just like we just had to really believe and know that it was going to change. We didn't know as far as the show. So cut to a year later. We're coming back from, I took her to Santa Barbara for our first year anniversary. Driving back, my manager at the time calls me and said, hey, Flex, hey, what's up, man? I said, what's going on? Hey, your show. I'm like, yeah. He's like, you still want to do it? I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, well, Paramount wants to pick it up. I'm like, what? He was like, just FYI, they've never done that. They've never passed on the show, and they picked it up. And then the head of UPN at the time, Dean Valentine, was at Disney when I did Where I Live and Homeboys in Outer Space. And he always liked me and always like, man, you're talented. And he called me personally. He said, man, hey, I'm so sorry. We should have picked it up in the first place.
Wow.
He said, but you're not gonna have to worry. He said, we got you covered. And that is how One-on-One was born.
Them prayers. Yeah. That pulling over, crying out to the Lord.
Man, listen.
He had your back.
Cried. But yeah, that's how it happened. But as far as meeting my wife, met her moving in the building in Studio City.
Right, but you needed a strong sister like that because she had to let you know, pick your head up, King.
She definitely did.
She
definitely did. I probably would have left had I not had that conversation.
Wow. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I love that. So let's get into these games women play.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What is the craziest game a woman has played on you?
Oh man, getting pregnant by somebody else when we were together. Yes,
What?
yeah. We
How did that come about?
It
What
was.
type of woman you was dealing
It
with?
was.
Psycho.
It was kind of. I will say this. I laugh about it, but it was.
Yeah.
We were. It was kind of really. In that when you're in that relationship and it's kind of ending. But
Yeah.
you're not really letting go. And, no one wants to say it first.
Fake leaving, packing
Yeah,
my stuff,
yeah.
staying at the
Yeah.
door, still staying in the crib.
No,
I know.
no one wants to say it first.
Yeah.
It was that kind of situation, and
Yeah.
turn around and it was like I knew it. I could just feel. I knew what was up. So I had a place in Manhattan for us. I had left California to go back, and then once that happened, I was like, I'm out, and I just packed up my stuff, and I ended up doing a showcase, and came back to LA. They liked what they saw, and gave me a holding deal. So I just left everything, my apartment, all that, and I just moved back.
And you just did.
Because I was like, it's nothing.
But my
nothing
thing
for me.
is, how did she break it to you that, boy, I'm
It
pregnant?
wasn't-
What?
It wasn't. It really wasn't her breaking it to. I knew and found out. And
How
just
did you
kinda
find out,
just let it go.
Flex?
Just found out.
Was it your intuition? Was you going through her phone? Now, y'all ain't have phones back then.
No, it was no phone. It was barely pages back then.
So how you find out? I
just
might
say-
have to check your investigative skills. You had no phone?
I'll just say people. I very good source. So, but it's cool. I'm not. I'm not.
You could tell you a changed man. You ain't trying to be toxic at all. You're not even trying to remember it.
No, I don't want to be. It was what it was, but God bless him. And
Dang, that's a crazy game, though.
it just it put me on the track to now.
Yes.
Because had I tried to stay and fight for that, I would not be
Where you
I would
are
not have my
today.
kids, and so again, what's for you is for you. See, back then we just dealt with you and I. We probably were dealing with depression and all that, but we went outside and we played. These kids now, these generations, they don't. They sit in the house, and that's what affects them.
Right.
We probably, everybody had a crazy uncle growing up in the basement somewhere. They said, that's just Uncle Joe. Just leave him alone. He down there talking to himself.
Right.
But it was nothing.
Right.
Now it has evolved into so much more. But what else? The one thing that used to irritate me, back in the day, I meet someone and tell them like, yo, listen, hey, we just gonna hang, have fun, but
Yeah.
listen, I'm not looking for anything serious at all. And they're like, oh, it's cool, me either. I ain't worried about that. I'm like, okay, cool. And then once things happen, it changes. And then it's like, well, what are we? I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
But you know better.
Wait a minute.
Flex, you know better than that.
But I'm believing you. If you tell me you cool with it, you're supposed to be cool with it.
You know better
why
than
do
that.
But that's a game. See? That's a game. That's the games women play.
I feel like it's y'all playing games because
No.
you know once the emotional tie comes in, you already know what time it is.
But don't give me the I'm strong black woman. Yeah, that ain't phasing me. And then you change. Don't do all that after it's physical. Don't. You can't stick to the rules.
I feel like the games y'all play. See, since y'all want to go on a world tour,
Yeah.
games women play.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like the games men play are you guys sweet talk a woman. You want to go out and hunt a woman down, knowing you didn't want nothing serious. So you're depending on your charm to get her locked in.
I never did that.
So you mean to tell me this woman,
I was always straight. That was
she
how
came
I
up to
dated.
you? She came and
it was
shot
a-
at you?
It's a mutual meet. Like you out somewhere and you see
Oh, that's
somebody.
what they all say. It was
I'm
mutual.
serious. You meet somebody like, hey, what's up? I'm okay, boom. And you talking, and then you have the next conversation. Obviously not right there when you first meet, but I'm a conversationalist. I like to, well, what are you into, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm just say, hey, let me just let you know from the top, this is where I am in life. And I just don't want, because especially when you're in something and you come out of that, you don't want to go back to that.
Right.
So I was always like, let me tell you ahead of time so you don't think I'm giving you the pump fake.
Player from the Himalayas.
No, man, listen.
That's what that is.
If
Player,
telling
player.
truth is played and call me wrong.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Games Women Play,
Yes.
it's a stage play, which I
Yes.
love by the way.
Yes.
How is it working with Carl Payne as director?
Oh, listen, Carl. First of all, that's my boy. We've known each other for years. He went to junior high school with my cousin
Yeah.
in Manhattan, so I've known him for years. I enjoy, working with him,
Right.
working under his direction. He's a very, how should I say? He can balance a lot because when you're working with actors, it's
Mhm.
different. Everybody has their idiosyncrasies. Everybody is different. He knows how to balance it, bring it together,
Right.
and get the best out of everyone.
Right.
And this is his first stage play directing, but
Right.
he's directed television, plenty of television. But to see what he's done with this, and even add his things to it and his ideas, it's been great. And I mean, everybody, the cast gets, we get along. We all hang out. When we're in different cities, we go eat, we go out.
Oh, I
So
love that.
we have fun. We watch out for each other. Like,
But y'all look like a fun cast though.
it's
That
fun. Let me tell you something. Demetria McKinney, she's crazy. We call her the drink bully.
what?
Yeah, don't try to drink with her.
Ooh.
Claudia, that's Claudia Gambino. Because every city we in, she want to find a casino.
Really?
She's a casino queen. Yes.
That is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Jill Marie Jones, her nickname is Hansy because she's always like this. Her and I worked together, of course, when I was on Girlfriends. I was the original Darnell, married to
You better let them know. He said
Yes.
original Darnell.
original Darnell to Golden Brooks, Maya
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Brian White, same thing. Known him for a while, and Chico Bean has been such a pleasure, such I'm gonna say a surprise, but
Right.
when you come from the world of comedy, you come from Wild and Out stuff. A lot of people can't make that transition, to stage and give you not just comedy, but the subtext of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And he really does a great job.
Mm.
He's another breakout. Like I see him doing more than just comedy. I seen him doing, Adam Sandler type stuff, and
Okay.
like Chico he's on point.
So since you guys are like a family and I know it's fun and I know it's probably jokes for days, I could just tell.
4 days.
What is the funniest thing that happened on set during rehearsals?
Oh, Chico. He running lines, he changes up lines. I can't repeat.
Is it because he forgot the line
no,
or
no. He just does it.
Yeah.
He knows his lines, but he'll just be doing stuff, and there's parts in the show where his character has to sing, and he'll sing and create these lyrics and talk. He'll talk about Jacarius. He'll talk about whomever else, and every time it's funny.
That is funny.
Yes, that dude is funny.
Okay, who a part of the cast would you like to switch characters with? If you could switch with anybody.
Honestly, nobody.
Oh no.
I like my character because normally I'm always put in the funny role, which I'm like, please, I want to do something else. Like when I did New Jack City for Jacarius, I played Pookie, which
Come on, Pookie.
had a lot of comedy, but I got to add some other stuff to it. So
Right.
I wouldn't change.
You wouldn't change.
No, I love.
What do you love the most about your character?
Because he's a solid guy. He's a guy who's just, trying to let this woman know that, hey, I'm here, I'm ride or die. And, you can go out there and look for whatever else you want. But, real man is right here.
Do you believe you relate to that character in real life? You're married.
Definitely. I mean, there's definitely parts of that character. This character has multiple jobs, and I know I would do whatever I had to do to take care of my family. This dude's a good heart. He's got some comedic stuff there, but he's just a solid dude that I think the audience will gravitate towards.
Okay, so who do you believe would love this stage play? Like, who has to come and see it? What type of person?
Everybody. I mean, it's beyond color. It's beyond anything. Like couples, the girls in the girls' night, even fellas. Like,
Yeah.
Because it creates a great, like, in the way it's done, Claudia and the way she opens up the show is like a talk show. So the audience interactive.
Oh, okay.
Which is really, really dope.
Oh, I like that. That's different.
Yes, you get the audience to talk back.
Right.
Like it's, so I just think if you love, come out. If you love,
That's me. I
the
love
spiritual
love.
side, come on out. If you love the comedy side, all three of those come out.
So there ain't no toxic love about this at all.
No,
Okay.
it's gonna be. I'm
Okay.
telling you.
I'm just saying because the title.
No, you'll see. It's very well done, and it creates a great conversation. But at the end, there's a great resolution. At the end.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
And before we wrap this up and head out of here, I just gotta know: do you still dance?
Listen, I did a 25 and older two-step.
That's what I was wondering because I'm like, yo, you really used to get
I
down.
do a little bit. I put something up on a TikTok and Instagram like a while ago. A couple of other sites picked it up.
Uh-huh.
Me doing some house dancing, and I still got some moves there.
Do you?
Oh yeah, I still got some.
You think you can break one down?
Oh no, not right now.
Oh, okay.
No, I just can't. I'm all stretched out, and I'm all yeah. See, when you at this point in life, you got to do it while you moving, because once you stop and you sit, everything go like this, and I'm done. Yes.
Mr. Flex, what do you have? What else is in store? Are you ever going to put the torch down? You know, you see people like Terrence Howard, you know, saying like, yo, this is it. You got Denzel,
No.
you know, do you ever see yourself
No,
putting the torch down?
I'm first of all, Denzel. I love Denzel.
Yeah, we love Denzel.
I used to play basketball with him at the Hollywood Y.
And who will be winning? Who will win?
I dunked on him.
Oh, you dunked
Yeah,
on Denzel?
I did. He was like, all right.
I'm not about to play with you.
Let me see, I show this picture, but but he is one of my favorites. And
This man done dunked on Denzel.
yeah, it was a
Why
long
would you
time
do that?
at the Hollywood Y.
You would.
At the Hollywood Y. I didn't know he was gonna come, play defense on me. See, this was right after I did it. Right.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
crazy. And I felt bad asking for a picture, but he gave me a picture. And,
I love that.
and then he was just opening up a restaurant called George's at the time on Melrose. He said, "Man, y'all come through," and he took care of us. So he's always one of my favorites. I wouldn't, he's at the point now he can do that. I mean, he's done everything.
Yeah.
And you can sit back. And
Job well done.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that point yet. I haven't really done. People sometimes ask me, what is your, best work? Or I'm like, it hasn't happened yet.
Yes.
One-on-one was great because it's something that came from my mind and was one of my favorite roles. But I still have.
You did play Michael Jackson.
I'm trying to forget that. Listen,
It was
I thought I
no,
was
no,
saying-
King. It had nothing to do with Flex. I'm gonna keep it real.
listen,
It had nothing to do with your acting. It had everything to do with that baby powder.
Listen, let me
on
tell
your
you.
face.
Let me tell you something. I knew I was in trouble when I walked into the makeup trailer, and I saw they had a prosthetic nose. I was like, oh god.
Yo,
Then they took the airbrush and put it on me. I was like,
that was Aaron.
I said, I look ashy, right? So I did the movie in Canada, in Calgary, and nothing against Canada,
I
but
can't breathe.
they didn't have a lot of black makeup artists.
Oh,
They really knew. Yes, at that time, because that was way back. That was like, I don't know if it was 08 or 06.
Right.
Or, I can't remember when I did it.
Right.
But just even doing that movie, I went and met with, I went to the MTV building out in Santa Monica, and I just met with them. My manager says, "Hey, they're doing this Michael Jackson thing." I'm like, they know I'm 6'4", right? Like, so I go out and meet with them. I don't read anything. I don't sing nothing. I just talk to them. Tell them my love for Michael. I got to meet Michael,
Right.
be around him a couple of times, and of course, I'm like, I love Michael, and that was it. I leave. A couple of days later, they call and say, "Hey, they want you to do it." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Lifetime was not playing.
And no, this wasn't Lifetime. This was VH1.
This VH1.
VH1, yes. And then when they told me what they were paying me, I said, "Okay, I'll do it." At the end of the day, I gotta take care of my family.
That's a fact.
But again, I did the best I could because I just wanted to pay homage to him. because
Absolutely.
I truly, truly love Michael
Right.
still. And they told me that we had the music rights, so I'm thinking like, oh man, it's gonna be. And then halfway through, they come to the trail and say, "Hey, we got bad news. The lawyers, we can't get the music." I'm like, what? I had done these big performances, Man in the Mirror, all this. None of that. Couldn't use none of that. They took some little whack beats and put under it, and then
Dang, they really.
and then on top of the ashiness, it was just it was. But you know what? I can say I did it.
That part. And you will always be remembered for it.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
always.
Like, so
Around his birthday,
it's coming up. You
I
know
get-
it's going to be a
listen,
meme that's always going to be
I always-
circulating.
Always, I'm a fan. But you know what? I laugh now with people.
Yeah.
I don't. Initially, I was in my feelings.
I was just about to say, like, when
Initially.
people were like, yo, this
Yeah.
is crazy. Well, how are you feeling? in that
Initially, I
moment?
was like, man, what? But then I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get upset for it, So I just
Yeah.
laugh with them, and then they go, "Oh no, man, you cool, man. Good, you laughing about it." and
Yeah.
stuff. But I'm like, yo, I experienced it. And
Yeah.
it was fun, and I could say there's a lot of actors who have that one thing, a movie or project they did, and they just like, ooh, wish I shouldn't have done that.
I should have stayed away from that. Who was responsible for the wig, though?
That's all them. It was all them. But I got to sit down with Latoya. And Jackie and all of them. My wife kind of grew up around them, and they really were like, "You did a great job." They were like, "You captured this essence." It was like,
I know that felt good.
But just overall, they were just like, just overall, they all talk very softly. Just,
How they say it?
Overall, it was like, just like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
Yes,
We know you're talented.
Yes,
so,
yes.
but yeah, so we thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
thank
stopping
you,
in,
yes.
joining us today.
Yes.
Make sure you guys go get the tickets.
Yes,
Okay, Games
yes.
Woman Play. Let's sell it out.
Yes. We are at the Orpheum Theater this weekend in Los Angeles.
Oh,
We have one show Friday at 8, 2 shows on Saturday, 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Go to gameswomenplay.com. Get your tickets. Oakland, y'all up next on Sunday.
okay.
Yes.
This is Buzz Black, and we are out.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? This is Flex Alexander, and you've just been buzzed.
Okay. The whole intro? Yeah. From the top. Oh, like we're sitting down. Yeah. Okay. And then into the first question. Into the first question. I forget what my first question was. I was just going off the top. Okay.